Have you heard of choice paralysis? So imagine you're shopping online and you land on a product page with way too many options. You don't know which one to choose from, and you end up leaving without buying anything. This happens a lot in e-commerce. So you want to be more precise with the options that customers have to choose from. So spending time optimizing this can really help with increasing your conversion rate and driving more sales. Now, there's a number of different ways to go about this. And in this video, we're looking at one of those ways by removing variant combinations from your storefront without changing any of your backend products. And as a bonus, it helps with the 100 variant limit too. So stick around, I'll show you what I mean by all this, and then I'll show you how you can add it to your store too. And if you want to learn more ways to increase your conversion rate and get more sales, then sign up for our free email newsletter. We share one new thing with you every day to help you grow your store. All right, let's get into showing better product variants. Okay, so we're in our demo store and we're looking at this tote product here. And we can see here there's a few different variants, right? And in some cases, you've got some that are unavailable. And generally that means it's out of stock. So you can't actually purchase it. Now, if you can imagine, there might be lots of different options here, and some might be in stock, some might not be. But what if we looked at this a little bit closer? So let's actually take a look at the back end. And you can see here we are looking at our product in the Shopify admin. And if we open up our variant options, you can see here that we've got our black natural that's out of stock, which is what we were seeing right here, right? The 19 liter zippered black natural out of stock. But if we go to the 20 liter and 34.6 liter variants, you actually don't have a natural color available, right? It's only black natural and navy natural. So we come to here, black natural, navy natural, but why is it also showing the regular natural here? And same here, why is it showing that? And that's because when you select your size and color options, you actually have 3 sizes and 3 colors. And by default, Shopify will show all the different combinations, even if you don't want them to. So in this case, we actually don't have that variant option available. The way we did that is you can actually say select an option and you can delete variant. And then once it's deleted, that option just doesn't exist, right? It's not a variant that you sell. And so there should be no reason why it's on your storefront. But it is, right? And so this is actually quite annoying because Shopify doesn't seem to recognize that it doesn't exist and just shows it on the site. And then this clutters up your page. It contributes to choice paralysis because now your customer might be thinking, hey, what if I want the natural version of the 20 liter tote bag? And maybe I'm just gonna wait for it to come back in stock. So what we're going to do is we're going to hide these from view. We're gonna make sure that we don't show this option at all. It cleans up the product page. It's more accurate for what you're actually selling. And in the end, we believe that this can help increase your conversion rates. So let's hop into our theme editor. And so you can go to our default product template variant picker, and you have this option here, invalid variants. So this is a customization we've added. You're not gonna see this in your theme until you implement the installation instructions that we're gonna get to later in this video. But what we can do is we can actually check this box and it will hide the invalid variants. So invalid variants in this case refers to the fact that we have a variant that is quote unquote invalid, right? It doesn't exist. There should be no reason why it should be shown on the storefront. Okay, so if we come to the 20 liter here, you can see that natural showing up. We check this box, goes away, right? Now we're hiding those invalid variants. We look here, it's gone. But we come here, this one still shows up, and that's because it exists. It's just out of stock, right? There's 0 stock available. So that's the customization. It's simple in terms of its use, but there's quite a bit going on in terms of the customization to make this happen. So if this is something you want to add to your store, then let's do that now. Okay, so we're now in our Shopify admin themes area, and we've just installed this fresh new version of Dawn. It's the latest version, 15.2.0 at the time of recording, and we're going to be making some edits to this theme. Now, we are going to be adding some code to it, but don't worry. We're going to give you all this code. It's copy and paste. All we ask is for you to sign up for our free newsletter, and we'll send it over to you. Our newsletter will share actionable insights so you can help grow your store, increase your conversions, and get more sales. So check it out. It's really great. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be editing code. But before you do, you're going to want to duplicate your theme, because if anything goes wrong, you have your previous version you can just go back to without trying to figure out what went wrong. But since this is a fresh new version, we're just going to head straight in and edit code. And in here, we're going to be editing a few different files. So the first one we're going to be doing is the main product.liquid schema. Sorry, typos there. And we're going to be looking for the schema section right there. And then actually a little bit further down, we can find picker, so variant picker. And we're going to be adding our settings into there. So what we're actually doing, let's just open up our theme editor. And let's go to our products template. And let's open up the tote product. Okay, so right now by default, all those variants are going to be shown because we haven't actually made our customization yet. And what we're doing right now in the code is we're actually adding some settings into the variant picker block right here. So you can see here that you've got style swatch settings. That's what we're looking at right here. So you see here, there's the option for swatch shape, and you've got the option for the picker type, which is drop down button. So you see here, drop down pills, which is button, and circle, square, none. We've got those options, circle, square, and none. Okay, so what we're doing is we're adding a couple additional settings right beneath that. So let's just copy and paste our code right into there, and then we can save. And then once we refresh our page, you can see that we've added our settings there. Now, if you check this box, it's not going to do anything yet because we still need to add additional code to read these settings and do something with it. So let's continue. So next we've got the product variant picker.liquid file. And in here near the top, you see this variant selects element. What we're going to do is we're going to come right before it closes, so that right here, and we're going to paste in this line right here. So this is a data attribute that we're going to be using later. And now we have to add a little bit of script. So let's come to the bottom of this file. And you can see here where the variant selects ends, right after the script here. And we're going to paste in our next block of code, which is another script block. And we can just save this. Okay, so now we can go into our component product variant picker.css file, and we can come to the very bottom, and we're just going to paste in a new style. This is to say what we're going to do with our invalid variant, which is to hide it when we recognize that it's invalid. And then finally, we're going to make some JavaScript changes. So we're going to go into the global.js file, and we're going to be looking for the variant selects class. Now, what we're going to be doing here is we're actually going to be replacing the default one. Now, so this customization was designed for Dawn version 15. It may not work for older versions of Dawn because there was a change with how variant selection works in some of the newer versions. So we do suggest to use version 15 of the Shopify developed themes if you want to use this feature. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're just going to comment out our variant selects class. So you can select this curly bracket here, highlight it there, and you can see its pair right there. That's where it ends. And so let's just add a star and a slash, and we're going to put one right here as well, slash then star or asterisk, and that creates a comment block. So we've just commented out this entire class. and we're going to replace it with this one right here. Okay, and we're going to save. And now we can just refresh. And if we check our box, so let's choose this variant here, we'll check our box, and it disappears, right? It's no longer showing the invalid variant. And that's pretty much it. So there we have it. You can now use this customization to reduce the number of variants shown, especially if you don't offer specific variant combinations. So this can help simplify your product page by not showing variants that aren't needed. But I mentioned earlier that it can actually also help with getting past the 100 variant limit. And why is that? And that's because if you start thinking about how you want to set up your products and which variants are actually the most important for your product, you can start peeling those out and only keeping the ones that really drive revenue for your store. And by doing that, you can actually take your variant combinations from above the 100 limit to below it. So we showed you how this customization works. We went over the settings to use, and we showed you how you can add it to your store too. So if you want to use this customization or any of the other customizations we share on this channel, all you have to do is join our free email newsletter and we'll send it over to you. But that's it for today. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.